Breaking news in Fort Worth. Firefighters there battling a grass fire along the train tracks just southeast of downtown Fort Worth. Fire crews tell us the flames also caught a house on fire nearby there on Bradley Avenue. 4 people this afternoon displaced because of the damage. We do have a crew on scene there, and we'll bring you updates as we learn more this afternoon. So welcome to WFAA News at 4. I'm Jason Wiley, but we start with a hot and dry August day here in North Texas. Just the kind of day that can start a fire like that and exacerbate a fire like that. Colin Myers is with us. Colin, is relief in sight, I guess.
I don't want to overpromise here. Maybe a couple chances we see something on the horizon, but the first shot of dry air and all of a sudden some fires. So
Sure.
That humidity falls and all of a sudden that's a risk. Hopefully they get that under control. What we're seeing right now, dry values of humidity out there. Look at this, 20% relative humidity range. And compared to where we were over the past couple of weeks, right? We saw really high humidity, even kind of high for North Texas, it would seem for a lot of us. Well, 20 to 30% feels good, but the air is so hot anyway, I'm not sure it makes a huge difference. A little bit, certainly out there. Live look at Fort Worth. There you go. Temperature is 100 degrees, and that came in just after 4 o'clock here. So winds out of the east at 10. Once we see more of that southerly and southeasterly wind return, some of that humidity will come back from the Gulf. The gasoline winds from the Gulf bring that back. You're looking south over downtown Fort Worth there, kind of south-southwest. Grill cast, good news is you're good. I do have the caution spatula, the yellow one for 6 and 7 o'clock. You master grillers, no problem here. 99, 98, you can grill in that, okay? 8 o'clock though, I have the green, okay? You can fire it up at 8 o'clock. 95, no problem, right? Sun is setting, looking good for your grill cast. All right, heat indices, not great news, but certainly better than that Wednesday 2 weeks ago. I keep talking about it. It's like a brief moment that I can't let go of. 120 for the heat index. We're way better than that. But 97 in Denton, 96 in Collin County. Feels like 100 out the door in Fort Worth, as you just saw. So the good news, a little dry air. That's going to change, though. More humidity coming back. Here's your temperature outlook, okay, for August. Well, no surprise, here's where we're going. Above normal for this month, but if we could squeeze out a raindrop, that would be nice. We'll talk about that pattern coming up in just a bit. Jason.
All right, Colin, thank you. New questions this afternoon about President Trump threatening to attack Iran over the weekend and then backing off. Are peace talks really underway in the background? This marks the 7th time the president has said he backed away from a military strike to pursue diplomacy. This time, Trump saying a deal was, quote, imminent. But Iran claims there are no negotiations even underway with the United States. Iran says it is only talking with Oman there over access to the Strait of Hormuz. The U.S. economy is still feeling the impact as the fighting enters its 6th month. Oil prices did fall about 5% today on hopes for a deal with the president, but gas prices do remain higher than they were this time last year. Todd Blanche appears one step closer this afternoon to becoming the nation's next Attorney General. Today, Blanche agreed to demands from Senators John Cornyn and Thom Tillis. Blanche conceded and formally put in writing that he would rescind the controversial anti-weaponization fund. That's the one that $2 billion fund, rather, that President Trump wanted to use to compensate his political allies prosecuted by the Justice Department. Blanche wrote that the proposed fund is officially dead.
Well, it is dead, but I wish it weren't, to be honest with you. I think people were horribly treated, horribly abused.
The Senate Judiciary Committee is scheduled to vote on Blanche's nomination tomorrow, sending it on to the full Senate. The entire body expected to approve Blanche as the next Attorney General later this week. As the world watched in Arlington during the World Cup, Dallas police say they were busy making hundreds of arrests during the games. Law enforcement handed out hundreds of criminal arrest charges under Operation Uptown Downtown. It focused on addressing criminal activity in Deep Ellum, in Uptown, and the Central Business District. Police also arrested over 300 people, including 4 law enforcement officers under Operation Safe Streets. It targeted prostitution and human trafficking in North Texas. 8 people, including minors, were rescued during that operation. The idea of a 4-day school week has become more popular across the U.S. as teacher retention suffers and education funding fluctuates. But what does it look like long term? We'll look to Community ISD, a fast-growing district which welcomes students back today. Our Jobin Puneker spoke with leaders about what results they started to see.
The Community ISD serves 3 cities, 3 fast-growing cities. And while many school districts across North Texas are losing students, here they've doubled enrollment in the last 5 years. Dr. Tanya Knowlton is superintendent of schools here at Community ISD. She has a tradition of visiting every campus on the first day. She took us to Community Trails Middle School, which is surrounded by all new development.
The growth is just unimaginable. It's a constant. We're always dealing with that. And so we're seeing new students on a daily basis.
The growth isn't the only story here. The district for the last 4 years has had a 4-day school week, which has really helped them do something they couldn't in the past: attract teachers and retain them. They have teachers who drive in each day from Dallas even. We're hearing the vast majority of parents are also on board having that Friday off. They're starting early because of that 4-day week and because parents voted for a 1-week fall break in October.
There's a lot of question right now about whether you get as much done. We're still in school the same amount of minutes that a 5-day school is in. We just extend our day every day.
They've also added 5 schools in the last 5 years, and they're looking into land to bring more schools online. In Nevada, I'm Jobin Puneker.